All right, so part of extending all these muscles, we've been working on loosening up the bottom of the feet. Yesterday we extended the calves. Today we're going to do the first of two different ways to get into the hamstrings and really extend them. A lot of people's hamstrings are tight, and they're really not tight from overuse. They're tight from rarely straightening our legs all the way. We sit on them, we sit compressed on them, we hold this position a lot, and then we go for a run and we just sort of pick our leg up behind us. We never really get that length in the leg. So we're going to do two different ways of stretching out the hamstrings, one today and one tomorrow. The first one is an exercise, a movement practice, and tomorrow's is going to be an actual yoga approach. They're very different, they hold different purposes, and they're important to learn both ways because they're going to affect different parts of your hamstrings. So this first one, you want to start with your feet this hip distance apart, right? And we're talking about lining up under these bony parts of your pelvis, straight down from there, not lining up with this part. And then you want to make sure the outside edges of your feet are parallel. So that's your starting position. And then instead of rounding over, you actually want to let your pelvis tip forward towards your thighs, and you're going to let your hips go way back behind you. You're keeping your legs straight, and you're just tipping over as far as your pelvis will go. Now my pelvis moves pretty far, but notice I still have curve in my back. I'm not rounded here. So I'm just letting my pelvis hang forward, and I'm letting my hip shift back and my weight's in my heels. This is actually called a double calf stretch, but it gets all the way up into the hamstrings too. And then you would hold this for a while. You make sure you've got weight in your heels. Toes are really light. They're not flying up and flexed. They're just relaxed and there's not much weight in them. And then you come back up from there. So when I talk about the pelvis tipping forward, I don't want you to arch forward and really push your pelvis forward. I want you to think of the front of your pelvis relaxing down toward the front of your thighs. If this is where you go, just keep shifting your weight back and be right here. Don't try and go further. If your pelvis stops moving, what happens is it turns into a back stretch. That's not what this is for. This is for the back of the legs. So just keep sending your hips back that way and allowing your pelvis to relax toward the thighs. That's today's back of the leg stretch. Double calf stretch, but you're going to feel it in your hamstrings too. All right, woohoo! Back of the body. That's what we're doing this week. Have a good time with it.